Hi there everyone, Chris here at Blue Rhino Safaris. I had a few questions around my recent Serengeti trip. 2023, I just came back from it about a week ago and had a few questions about it. So I thought let me do a video and just give you a little bit of feedback on the trip, how it was, what happened there. Very important, I planned a 2024 shortcut Serengeti, which has changed now. Reason for that is this group that just finished the Serengeti said you have to include Zanzibar. Zanzibar is a nice variation on the theme. It is interesting in its own for its own reasons, and it is really a nice addition to doing the animals and then moving on to Zanzibar. Two completely different experiences, and I do agree with that. I think it is really worth doing the Zanzibar section. So I'm going to quickly run through the trip. Now remember, I don't take pictures on trips. I generally would take pictures for my guests' people. They give me a list of people that I keep informed and on track of the trip so that they don't have to contact them every day from Wi-Fi to say that they're okay. I do that for them so they can enjoy their holiday and focus on the holiday. I keep their family members and friends informed of what's happening. So I do have a few pictures that I took along the way just to keep their family members informed, and just the odd picture of this and that that I sent through to someone. So it's all on my cell phone. It's nothing professional, but it just gives you an idea of the trip itself. So here we go. Let's go through the trip. So the tour itself was 31 nights, and this is just straight off my 2023 website. And I want to show you a few pictures of what we did on the way. So we started our day basically in Livingston, or our tour. And in Livingston, this is the sunset that we had from the deck on the evening. Very nice sunset on the Zambezi with very interesting things to come. From there, we head north towards Lusaka. From Lusaka, we travel further north towards the Tanzam Highway. Just a picture here of our campsite on the Tanzam Highway. You can see all the vehicles in the background amongst the trees. A very nice campsite as we travel on. Then from there further we carry on to the hot spring. Most people know about the hot spring already. And this was the campsite at the hot spring. So for 2024, I'm going to do an extra night at the hot spring. I think we need a little bit more of a break there because it is quite a distance to travel. So this is again my group just arriving early in the afternoon, early-ish, and just relaxing a little bit, starting to know each other as we go on our trip. Then up to the border, and we cross into the border. This is our crossing into Tanzania. You can see the vehicles are a little bit dusty. The roadworks are still ongoing on the Zambian roads, but other than that, all was very good. No problems with that. And then we head out to Tanganyika. Lake Tanganyika, we spend a few nights there. Really nice. Just time to relax. Boat cruises, snorkeling, scuba diving, restaurant meals. One of the nights we have a braai there, so really nice to just be on Lake Tanganyika and enjoy the few days that we have there. Then we travel up to Lake Victoria, and we have 2 days on Lake Victoria to take a little bit of a break before we enter into the Serengeti. This picture is the ferry that goes at the bottom side of Mwanza. They're busy building a bridge, but this is still the ferry that you take. The ferry station on the other side of the lake is on this side. So we're still using the ferry at the moment. 2024, they say the bridge should be finished. And the reason we go there is because there's a very nice spot to camp. Everybody lazing around the pool, having a day off, just getting ourselves ready to go into the Serengeti itself. Some of the local beers, Kilimanjaro is well known, Serengeti, Safari, there's a few beers that are very good. So if you enjoy a nice beer, then this is the spot to try out the Tanzanian beers. This is our campsite. It's newly built, just refurbished, and Lake Victoria is just there on our right hand side. So that's where we would find Lake Victoria. And then from there we go into the Serengeti. This is the sunrise in the Serengeti. It really is a spectacular place to spend a bit of time in nature, and yeah, just absolutely awesome. There's some pictures. I'll show you a few videos just now. The animals were right around our campsite, so we heard them every night as they were moving past our campsite for the evening. So it was really good. I'll show you a few videos just now. And then on the last day we do Ngorongoro crater. This is the crater itself. So this is on the exit road. You can see it's still very green for May, June. Very green in the crater area. Then from the Serengeti we go past Kilimanjaro and all the way down to Bagamoyo before we get to Dar es Salaam. And this was our campsite in Bagamoyo for the night. And ultimately we end up in Dar es Salaam. This is a photo of Malawi. Let's just get the more pictures of the Serengeti itself. Very famous, the lions in the trees in the Serengeti area. So this was one of the lions in the trees. Here you can see some more lions in the trees, game viewers and some of my guests in the park. You can see we've been doing a little bit of mud driving. It was still very wet and still very green in the area. There's a closer picture of those lions in the trees. Quite spectacular. The wildebeest around our campsite. Also some of the zebra that follows the wildebeest, or that is part of the migration. Always cool to see them. Another picture of this group that we found with, you can see the Serengeti in the background. And then we ended up in Zanzibar. Zanzibar is going to be part of the 2024 trip. The group here, I always give a little instruction as to what I would want to see. And I think I said you have to make like Zanzibar or something. And you have different impressions of Zanzibar, what it would look like. But yeah, a lot of fun. Mr. Spice that takes us through the route on the Spice tour. And then just an interesting photo coming out of Tanzania, our last day. We had this, and I would challenge you to say what this is, but I can tell you it is the moon. And it is a setting moon in the west from the Rift Valley. And it was full moon, obviously, and therefore you could see the moon very clearly with the sun rising already, and it almost looked like we had a sun on both sides on this day. It was quite incredible. So just a few videos on, let me see if I can get this thing going. Just a few videos on the trip itself. So this was the zebras that we found on one of the days. They've already started moving towards the Serenera area, and as we went through, they were just lounging around in the area. They were not going anywhere, so it was quite a cool sight to see them there. Zebra, always nice to find the zebra on the trips. Then another one. This was closer to our campsite, probably just about 500 meters from our campsite. A little back road. And the wildebeest came through there for 4 days. In this case, they were just hanging around for the day, doing their normal thing, just relaxing. So this wildebeest noise you hear all night long. For the 4 days that we were there, we heard it every night. Then there's another one. We went out to the north and we found this group of wildebeest moving. This was also a typical movement of the wildebeest, busy migrating. If you ask me in which direction they were going, then I will tell you that they were going in the wrong direction. They were going east instead of west. They were supposed to be going to the other side, but they've already been there. And then the way migrations work, you have this migration mentality where the animals, one starts running in a direction and everybody follows him, and then another one in another direction and everybody follows him, and it just becomes rather chaos. A lot of vultures at the top there that you can see. Our campsite is right at the back there, so we were very close to the action. They were coming over this hill into this open area, and then they went back again in that direction. And then, of course, some of our guys did the hot air balloon, and this was on the morning from our campsite. I'm right outside of my vehicle. You can see the tents of some of the guys here. So the balloon came across our campsite for the night. And then just in Malawi, on the way home, we have a few days to relax and have a bit of fun. And they made a campfire for us on the beach in Malawi for the night. Lovely bonfire and lovely few days in Malawi. So that's it. That was our holiday. As I say, I don't take a lot of pictures, so don't blame the photographer. It's just not enough pictures, and I don't believe in wasting my group's time taking pictures for myself. They paid for the trip. I didn't pay for the trip. I'm there just to facilitate it, so I do not take pictures. So 2024 is going to be this plus a little bit more. Extra night we're going to do at the hot spring. I'm also going to do an extra day in Dar es Salaam. I found a new campsite which is really nice. Nice restaurant. Gives us a break when you come back from Zanzibar. And yeah, I'm going to put the 2024 Serengeti trip out on the website and send out the email shortly. Have a look at the email. There will be a special running for maybe the first month to get early bookings in. But have a look at that. There will be a special on that, which is not going to be available later if you do a late booking. But yeah, I'm already looking forward to 2024. The way these things work is that I keep changing the trip based on feedback from the groups, new campsites that's available, new roads that's available. We can drive different tar roads rather than rubbish gravel. So as things change, I keep changing the routes to make it as good as I can get it. And there's a few additions post-COVID that is actually quite welcome. Road conditions in Zambia, they are busy changing. And then that means that you can arrive at a different campsite because you now have a bit more time, you don't have a bad road, and that changes the dynamic of the whole trip. And then if we had a really bad day, too long, crossing the Tanzania border, getting to Tanganyika is difficult in a day. I've done it a million times, but it's difficult. So in that case, I'm busy looking for an alternative, not alternative, but a campsite in between so that we can just arrive in Tanganyika a little bit earlier. So always trying to improve it. 2024 is going to be a really good one. I'm excited about it already. So if you're interested, don't delay. Get your booking in. And if you get it in the first couple of weeks, have a look at the special. There will be something special for you available when you make your booking. Otherwise, have a great day. Stay safe. We'll chat again. Cheers.